Okay, now you can see here we have what's called the fortress of the time of the kings of Judah. Now if you look here, you can see the gate that the scripture says that existed here. Now this here is supposed to be mellow. Let's go back again. And you can see this is that gate. You see, now what's so special about this gate is that this gate is very unique when it comes down to describing actual Mount Zion in Jerusalem. You can see the tower here. And you can see the other tower here. But let's go inside. What's inside here is what most people have no idea about. Now, we've been through here so many times. Now, this scripture says, the Most High loved the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. You see, but David did something here that was very unique. And this is what it is right here. You see this chamber? And do you see also what? This chamber? These two chambers here are the special thing that David did. What this chamber is, this is called mellow or field. And what would happen is at the end, what would happen is that the people, when they were being under attack, this whole chamber section here would be full of stones. They would take the stones and they would fill it up right in here. And all those stones would lock this door from any enemy from being able to get past this point. You see, so what happens here now is that so this chamber here and this chamber here was the actual padlock that locked the fort up. You see, later Solomon re-improved it and he built 3 other cities. Come on over here, Palaio. You see, or I should say 4 other cities. He built, here's Arad. So he took us there from Arad, which is actual Zion. And then he built his house as Lachish. You have a gate like this at Lachish. You have a gate like this in Giza. You have a gate like this in Megiddo. And you have a gate like this in Hazar. You have, in all of these places here, there's a gate. You see, so what's happening here is that because of these gates in those places, that's proof that this specific location is the original and it's actually Mount Zion. You see, so we're going to be going up, we're going to be going to those cities, and we're going to be doing a videotape, and this is going to be a Zion Train Tour special that we're going to be giving everyone to be able to understand how to identify the actual Mount Zion and the real Jerusalem. Walla walla.
Okay.
It's Zion Train Tour, and this is our preview tour that we're going to be giving everyone here after we take you to Zion and the proof of the actual Mount Zion. And we're here at Lachish, and you can see from here we have Mellow here. This is what we've been showing here. We're going to be showing everybody. This is going to be our tour. The archaeological design of the city is a proof of the location of the real Mount Zion. And where we at, according to the scripture, Solomon came here at Lachish, his castle, after he built Zion here. And you can see Mellow here. He came here and built Lachish here. And see where we're at right now, we're not at this gate yet. We're at the ramp leading up, and you can see they're reconstructing. See that black line where they're reconstructing? Now this is the actual towers entering it. But let's come on, continue up here. And you can see the reconstruction line here, where they've been reconstructing this. Now this is what the gate actually supposed to look like that we just walked in. You can see these 2 towers. And that's the ramp we just came up to. And now you turn here, and this is the gate right here. This is the main city gate wall right here. And you can see from there, that's the real wall. Let's walk on over in here. You see, and what's happening here, you can see here the tower. Now these 2 towers here are supposed to be the towers like you have in Mount Zion. And what's happening here, this is the foundation here of these 2 towers. You see the towers here? This is the foundation of one. That's the foundation of another. So that would be the actual tower that you will see extending up. And that's the actual tower extending up. And then after you walk inside, you see, then you can see the drainage now. You can see the drainage now. Take note of that, because once we get up to Giza, which is the next stop after we leave here, you're going to see that gate. That gate is completely set up as a drain. So let's walk on in. And this here is where we're supposed to be at, right here. Now you can see here, this is the wall, and you have one section there which is mellow. You see what I'm saying? And you have another section over here that they're reconstructing. You see, come on in, Brian. And what's happening here now is that you can see from here, this is one section. So it's just like Zion. It's just like Zion. You walk, you got the wall, you got the tower here, and you got that little space. And then here, you would have that little space too where they reconstructing it. And then you walk a third section here, a second section, you have that space again. You see, this is the wall for the space. And then you go right across here, you got the other section where the wall for the space. And see, so then you got the third here, according to the diagram, which is this final section here of this wall, of this field. And here you have on the other section of the reconstruction. So what they're doing here, and let me stand up here, what they're doing here is to give you a perfect understanding. You can see the drainage here. Now when we go to Giza, you're going to see at the gate the drainage going all the way through the gate. So what Solomon did when he left Zion, he re-improved on his father David's. For his house, David had one. What he did, he set up three. He set up three sections here. Hold that light for a second. He set up three sections. Get your one finger on that end. There you go. He set up three sections here where David just had one area. He set up three. 1, 2, 3. You see? But then when you go to Giza here, which is our next stop, he set up exactly three sections. And he got the drain, which you see here. That's the drain. And that's going out there. You know what I'm saying? For the waste material. He got that set up right there at the gate. At this gate when you're going to see a Giza. So right now, the next thing you're going to see us do is that we're going to go to Giza and we're going to continue to prove that Zion is Zion from the architectural that was built according to the scriptures at 1 Kings chapter 9 verse 15, where Solomon came and according to the scripture he built the gates at Zion Mellow, and then he came to his house, which is Lachish. It don't name Lachish there. It just tells you he built his house. But this gate is proof that this was his house. And then after that, it tells you he built Giza, and then Megiddo, and then Hazar. So we're going to visit all three of these cities. The next city we're going to be visiting is Giza. And then we're going to show you their setup, because there you have it all. It's exactly how it was. And even at that place, they still have some of the stones in the gate. You know, but the format of Mellow is there exactly. So now this is Zion Train Tour, and our next stop we're going to see you at Giza, proving that Mount Zion and the place they call Tel Aviv architecture is the real Mount Zion. Walla Walla. Okay, hey guys, we're here at the gate at the entrance, and you can see there's a water vessel here. At every entrance here, you have a water vessel where people, after their journey to travel, they would actually come and water their feet. So what's happening here, so this is a smaller gate. This is not the main gate, but it's a smaller gate to Giza. So what's happening, we're going to walk through here to the main gate. So come follow us. And you can see the mountains of Israel are there in the distance. So we're walking through here. And you can see it's full of barley here. So we're going to make our way to the main gate. And these are the exterior walls right here. These are the exterior walls. But be careful, you got a computer in that bag. You sit here. So these are the exterior walls along the side here. We're making our way to the main gate. Okay, the interesting thing, you see these little centipedes here? These are the same things that we found at the other calendar city. It's interesting, we see these all over the place. Ain't that right, Fly? So we see the same things right here. What's the connection with these things in the time city? Look right here. under this tree. Okay, so as you can see, a little smaller channel here going into the city from the main gate. We're coming up to that, but you got to come to the main gate to get to that. Okay, so now we're actually at the main gate here. Walk on down this way, Fly. See, this is the main gate here. And as we said, right here you have Mellow. You have Mellow here. This is just like Zion. But I go and point to that corner. That point to that corner. That's one corner right there. You see? And I go over here and point to the other corner over here, showing the people how Mellow here has been destroyed. And Zion, Mellow is completely rebuilt. But here, Mellow has been destroyed. And see, so right here, we're gonna enter into the city right through here. And you see, you go over. You go over, right? You're gonna crawl through here. Yeah, catch me like crawling through. Okay, so we're crawling into the city here. And what's happening in crawling into the city? Okay, you can't make it beautiful. Come on, climb over.
I want to.
You see? And see, so we're crawling into the city. Okay, see if you could go back out and come back around and crawl in with the camera. But don't break the camera, okay?
Okay.
Go back out. While you come around, people want to crawl through with the camera. When I got all our wood and the computer supply, so see if you can make it through there with the camera. Yeah, show the people how you crawl through there. Yeah, now this is the right. Now this is the city. Now the walls or the stones are still blocked in. Come over, brother. What you standing there for? The walls and the stones are still blocked in. Get down here, brother, with me. The walls and the stones are still blocked in, as it would have been if the people was trying to attack the city. See, that's Mellow. That's Mellow there, and that's Mellow here. And this here, up to this point right here, is just like Zion. You see, just like this, it's just like Zion, because you have the stones that are actually filled in. Those big stones there, like this right here, and like the stone you see here, were filled in this whole section here to keep the enemy out. This was like a big padlock on the city. Are you taping me to see, or you taping the sky? You follow me? So the point is here now, is that so as we move further, you see another chamber. This other chamber is empty. And this other chamber that's empty would also have been filled up. Because what happens here, this is a secondary padlock. And then the third chamber here, you see, as you can see here.
We're almost out of battery. Okay,
it's the third chamber here. And these are the three chambers of the gates that Solomon built. And then these are he built first in Zion, but when he got here, he built a three chamber. And then when he went even further north, when he went to Megiddo, he built another three chamber. And then when he got to Hazar further, he went another three chamber. So this is proof that Mount Zion is the actual place that Solomon built first, and the Tabernacle of David. You see, so this gate here, let's swing around to see again to show them here. This gate here is actually Mount Zion. It's very similar to Mount Zion, and the Mount Zion gate was built first, and then this gate was second, and then Megiddo was third, and then Hazar was the fourth gate that was built. And we're going to take you to each one of those cities, showing you the evidence and the proof that but the place they call Tel Aviv is the actual Jerusalem, due to the structure of these gates. And everybody say this is the city these are the gates that Solomon built here. So there's no doubt that these gates, the time period, connects you, lines up with the actual gates that Solomon built in the other cities. But nobody's pointing out that Solomon built Zion. Walla Walla, we are Walla Walla. Okay. Hey guys, you can see we're at Megiddo here. And this is the city gate here. And while we're here, let's get a little bit closer here. we're focusing on this gate right here. Now, it's telling everybody here, you can see the towers look just like the gates of Zion. You can see here the field and the other second field. We're going to take you in here in a second. But what we're trying to say here is that the gates of Zion here was just like this here. You have the two towers in front, and then you have the field. You see here. And then what happens here is that Lachish has the gates here, the section set up here, where you can also see the gates, which is next stop from Lachish. And then Giza, we verified it's actually 3 gates exactly like this, exactly like you see here. And now we're at Megiddo. Now Megiddo is showing these gates here, which is 2 or 3 gates right here. But it's also going off into showing you have 3 gates here. Now this is where the discrepancy comes in at. These gates here actually looks more like it's 3 gates rather than what it's actually showing here. So let's walk inside and you can see what we're talking about. Now look at here. That light, step right there in the middle. And you can see this corner here. This corner here is the actual corner. And that would be the tower, just like at Zion. This corner here would be the actual corner. And that would be the tower here, just like in Zion. Now when you walk in past into Zion, you will see these 2 chambers. Now this is the field chamber. Where you would actually have a lot of debris here to keep the enemy out. And then you will walk again into the secondary chamber. And this is a little broader, but also this is a field chamber. Now when you get to Zion, you will see a wall here. You will see some stairs here, and you would and people would actually walk in this direction to the holy place. But now when you walk a little bit further here, this is where you've entered into the city, and you have another, you will see the other, you saw the second field chamber. So here you can look around, you actually have 1 chamber there and 2 chambers there. You see? And then you're actually in the city. Now the fact is that was it another wall here? Was it another field chamber here? At this point, was it 3? We don't know. But we know absolutely from looking at here that we have 2. Now what's been happening here, they've been identifying themselves as people walking in the city here. And they say that there is 1 chamber. And they say that's a field chamber. And then they say that's a 3rd chamber. So this is the chambers that they're looking at up there as actually being the actual chambers that they have on this diagram here. So they're saying the people walked in here, they came up here, and then they went up into this section here, or they went around this section here, and then they walked through those 3 gates. But the actual gate here would have been destroyed, totally destroyed. But let's walk the path that they say that we can give you some understanding. So as you walk through here, they say that people have walked through here, and then they would have came, they would have stepped up here, stepped in this direction, stepped around here, stepped through here, came around here, they would have stepped over here, and you can see they would have stepped around through here. Let's keep going. They would have stepped over here. They would have came over in this direction. Let's step across here. 1, 2, 3. Then they would have came over here. Into this gate here. Going through the gate. They would have stepped over here. Stepped over here. Came here. And then they're saying in this spot here, you would have had another wall with a chamber. See, there was a line up here. Now you can see something here, and that was lined up with this section here. So this would be 1 lining up, and then you would come over here, and you would have. Now we don't see another matching chamber, and we don't see here. Now maybe here you might see something. It would go all the way. It would have to reach all the way to the end of this wall right here to say that there's a chamber here, and then there's another third chamber that's here, because this would have been the pathway here to walk into the city. You see, so the fact that they're saying here that this is the area where that chamber, I'm not gonna argue with the people. My whole concept is that I'm trying to say that Zion resembles this chamber and that chamber, and these chambers are proof of where the actual Zion, or where the actual Jerusalem that Solomon built, the house of the Most High. This is proof of that location. So that's the whole concept that we're dealing with. We're looking at the gates, and we're saying that the gates is a fingerprint of how the actual Mount Zion look. We're going to see you later, and we're going to see you at Hazar next. Walla Walla. We are at Hazar. And what's going on here, you can see we've been showing you this all over here. And this is the places that we had Zion. Solomon built Zion first. And then he came to his own house, Lachish, and then he shot straight up here to Hazar, according to scripture. Built this, and then he came down to Megiddo, and then this was the last. So you can saw what we did. We showed you Megiddo first as we went north, and then now we're showing you Hazar. You can see what the gate looked like. You can see this looks just like the gate at Zion. And right here, it tells you this is Solomon's gate. So Solomon built this. But now let's step back here, and let's give you an actual idea of what we're looking at here. Come on over here, and let's get that gate from the very front. And what's going on here? This is just like the towers at Zion. This is just like the towers at Zion. You have one tower here and another tower here. Now come on in, come on in. And as you walk in, just like at Zion, and most people, you saw this space. The space is right here. This space is right here. And this is the actual field. Now Mellow is the towers, but also it's the field, it's the area here that would be the padlock that we've been explaining all the way as we've been coming up north. You see, I got my coat on, and it's raining here, and so that's why we're going to be a little rushing. Come on to the second one. And you can see here, the second field here, that's the first one as you're standing there. First field is right here, and that's just like in Zion. The second field is right here, and Solomon did something very special here, because this is the first place he did it at, outside of Zion. That's why those gates look exactly like Zion, and the tower is exactly like Zion. But when you get here, this is the new part that he added here, and it's the first place you see it. And then he added this third section here. Now when you get down to Megiddo, he improved on it. He put a total section there where stones can be there ready for people to fill the actual gate. But then then as we come around here, and let's go back and let's get cameraman. Come on, cameraman, come on over here. And what's happening here now, let's show them the actual conclusion of the matter. The conclusion of the matter here is that the architectural structure, the architectural design or structure of this gate here fits absolutely Zion. You can see the tower there when you come in, and then again you can see the difference between here and Zion, the one chamber. But then you have what? At Lachish, you saw the three chambers there, but they was reconstructing this. But then now here at Hazar, you see the completion. You see how this absolutely look. You see how it absolutely look, and it looked just like when you saw it at Giza, which I also saw, and then we saw at Megiddo, but it wasn't complete here at Megiddo, but we saw the two chambers here. So now this is the absolute proof, and this is Zion Train Tours premiere video that we're going to be giving you, that's going to be showing the world absolute architecture proof that this is the actual Mount Zion. And so this is the first tour we're going to be giving everybody outside of Zion. And from there, we're going to be taking you all over Israel. And again, showing you everything that proves that Tel Aviv, the place they call Tel Aviv, is the actual Mount Zion. Walla Walla. Shalom, shalom. We'll see you in Zion.